Decepticons, a toast to the imminent destruction of the accursed Autobots.
Boy, these are good.
This stuff's the greatest. Those were the good old days back on Cybertron. Didn't have to sneak around in these ugly Earth disguises. Good old Cybertron, land of the metal moon.
You will not escape the mighty shockwave!
Hey, mighty shockwave! Take this!
Shit! You bitches! Get back here!
Bye-bye! Loser! You suck!
Those bitches!
Hello, female flesh creatures. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back to your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. Why? Because I am Megatron, and he is a puny weakling. Yes.
All right, and welcome back, everybody, for another draw stream today, because I decided to go insane with my drawings today, because I did my stream this morning with the slag, and after that stream I just kept on inking up these guys because I already had their pencils like pretty much ready to go, so I already was able to kind of just go ahead and just ink them up. Although Sludge here will need some extra touch-ups. And hey, Yarn and Witch, good to see you. But yeah, so I just kind of kept on going. Like when I was watching Yarny actually playing a game, I was just like drawing these guys or inking these guys up and getting them ready for colors here. So I was like, let's get it done. So now we're kind of work a little bit differently today because we are working on 3 different pieces. The thing with the DINOBOTS is that they all have very, very similar color schemes. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of work based on color because they all kind of have the same blacks, reds, grays, sometimes blues and yellows. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with 1, and for example, we're going to start off with dark grays. And so we're going to start off with doing all the dark grays on SWOOP, and then we'll put them to the side, and then we'll work on SNARL or SLUDGE here, and then SNARL, and then we'll kind of go from there. We'll kind of do it with all the different colors because they're all very, very much the same sort of color scheme, and it'll help keep them consistent, as we want them to be. So let me just get my camera positioned properly. But yeah, we're trying to go for as long as we can tonight. I think we'll start with SWOOP because I think he has the least amount of dark gray on him, I think. So. And we'll kind of stick with the same sort of color schemes. We used a lot of neutral gray for the dark grays, so we'll stick with that. Thanks, Yarny. Appreciate it. Just get comfortable. I'll grab you, and grab you. Okay, and some reference. Okay, so for SWOOP, he kind of had, so for dark gray on SWOOP, he's got, okay, it's going to be the cannons, the arms, and then little bits of the feet, and that's about it. So we are going to start with N4, like we did last time. That's kind of our base color. And then we'll kind of go from there. This thing has gray hands, too. So we'll start there. But yeah, so like I said earlier, these are all going to be made into stickers. And I think I'm going to go with the holograph stickers. I might put a poll on Twitter after the stream, maybe, if people want just like the regular stickers. But I don't know. I really want to do the holograph stickers. I think they're really cool looking. And they kind of lend themselves to these characters too. It's kind of like cutesy sort of art style. So, but yeah. So, but I think it'll be kind of interesting with the streaming because they'll be kind of bouncing between DINOBOTS. So all 3 will kind of get some love, and so to speak. But yeah, kind of try to simplify the designs as much as possible, kind of to kind of keep that more cutesy element to them, because that's what we're going for. Oop, I'm gonna fuck that up. Hold on. My blender. Well, this probably won't be a big deal in the end here. But... And for those who don't know how Copic's working, hey Riot, good to see you. With the blender, they can actually kind of push back some of the colors. It kind of acts like an eraser, not really. You can just push back the colors a little bit to kind of fix little mistakes early on. You want to do it as soon as possible, because the way Copics work is you kind of want to work as quickly as possible. Oh gosh, I'm spitting everywhere. Like, don't talk and draw, kids. Yeah. But they're very, because like they're meant to blend with other colors, so you kind of want to do it quickly. Yeah. Oop, I am at a shitty angle. There we go. Much better. So yeah, let's do this whole canister here. And the whole thing's gray, gray, gray. But yeah, like I said, we'll probably go, let's see. See, I don't really have I think we'll go probably like a couple hours. It really just depends on how, like, I want to go until I feel like I'm like, if I feel like I'm gonna mess things up, that's kind of when I want to stop, because sometimes you get tired, sometimes you gotta just take a break. So, and okay, so it looks like this foot's supposed to be black. Hold on. Trying to decide here. Hold on. I think that's supposed to be black on the foot. Just trying to think. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Because colors for the G1, like, I kind of learned real quick that the blacks on it is a little bit weird. It's like not really a full black. It's like a full on. It's like a dark gray almost. So it's kind of hard to identify. But we'll go black for the feet, just to kind of keep it simple, keep it easier for me to keep track of it all. So we just need to get the thigh, or the shins going here. Shit. No. And nope. Okay. All right. But yeah, so if we don't get all of it done today, we'll just pick up where we left off tomorrow, because I have tomorrow off as well as today. So might as well spend it working on DINOBOTS. And actually, I also have some like Predacons I'm working on too, to kind of go with the DINOBOTS, because well, this is all kind of based. These are all kind of based on the little fan webcomic I'm kind of working on, the shadows, so to speak. Yeah. And like DINOBOTS and Predacons are going to be kind of the rivals, or kind of a rival in the story. And so I just kind of felt like doing these kind of based on that. And it will be like a free sort of comic you can just get, you can find online, or I'll have to find a really good website for doing webcomics. But I'm just taking my time with it though, so to write the actual story and all that. So I got a basic outline for it though. It's just a matter of getting the ins and outs of it kind of figured out. But yeah, it's kind of meant to be sort of like a kind of like a lost episode, like kind of an episode you never saw, you know, back in the old cartoon, you know. So it's supposed to have that original like cartoon sort of vibe, like the personalities, just the overall feel of it, as well as the designs and all that. So yeah, you can't really rush these things, especially if you want to keep it fun. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And let's go all the way. Yeah, so I got Razor Claw going, and I did a Rampage last night. I just wasn't happy with him. I might try to redraw him or parts of him. I like the pose a little bit, but I don't know. Some things I need to kind of change up. But I like the Razor Claw I did. Looks pretty good. And yeah, I could also see myself doing more of these like kind of chibi arts and selling them as stickers. Like I could just because I already know I'm going to have a Prime because Prime is going to be in the book as well as like people like Wheeljack and Bumblebee. So, but even if it's not for the comic book, I could still probably do more of this kind of stuff as well. Like I think people would really like to see a Starscream or a Soundwave, you know. There. Yeah, I almost forgot the thumb on Slag this morning. I was like, "Where's this thumb at?" So I had to redraw it in. It was early in the morning, so. Okay. Okay. And just this little bit here. Yeah, this is Swoop. Obviously, he's the pterodactyl of the Dinobots. So he's got the wings and and this little bit on his chest that is actually the beak of the dinosaur. So he has a little fin on his head too, to kind of drive the point home as well. So let's see. Okay. So making sure I get all the areas need to be dark gray on them. Before we move on, I think we're good to go. All right, we'll move on to a darker shade. Just kind of get the shadows kind of figured out. So I usually start with a light color, and then I do a darker, like significantly darker, a shade, and then I kind of switch to midtones, and then a very, very light shade to kind of bring it all home, so to speak. So there'll be little shadows here. Shadow on the palm here. Shadow on the thumb. And there'll be a shadow cast from the torso there. Not really working with any like known like light source. We don't really need to for this kind of piece. So we're just going based on the actual physical part of the body for the light sourcing or shadow work, whatever. I'm still not really the best at when it comes to light sourcing, but I think it's enough. Be a little shadow underneath the hand. too dark, but we can brighten that up a little bit with the blender if we need to. Just a little bit there. And we'll kind of black out actually the whole, not the whole barrel, but just a little bit of it. Just kind of make the hands kind of pop out a bit more. Hey, Dad, man. How's it going, man? Have fun, good night. Jimin looking good. Yeah. I had the day off, so I was just kind of working on this stuff here today. Yeah, hopefully we get the holograph stickers ordered. I think I'm leaning more towards holograph stickers, honestly. This one, because I think I kind of want to start off the whole sticker business on a bang, you know. So that's they look cool. So I think I'm gonna order. I think I'm gonna order like 20 of each. I think that's probably the best number to go for. And I'll put either 5 or 10 of each. I might split it up because I kind of want to sell them as bundles as well. Like kind of sell half or maybe a quarter of them as a bundle, so you can buy all 5 of them. DINOBOTS, while also keeping the option just to buy one if you just want SWOOP or just want Grimlock or what have you. Or if you just like want to spread out the cost a bit more, that's the thing too. And I haven't really figured out the pricing just yet, but maybe more towards like $5 or $10. Let's see. Might keep it low for the time being. But, yeah. But I will have to do a lot of shopping actually this weekend. Got to buy stuff for the shipping supplies. Because I think the way I'm going to do it, I actually kind of worked on how I'm going to kind of store the stickers earlier. But yeah, I use Copics all the time for all my stuff. I used to actually do watercolors, and I used to use Tombow brush pens, which I still use sometimes for like less professional work, like this kind of stuff. But for most of my stuff, I use my professional stuff here. I use Copic markers like this. So, and I have different kinds. So I have the sketch marker as well as the chow markers, which are there's nothing much. There's not really a very big difference between them. Just size really, and so they all have the same sort of ink. It's not like a different sort of a thing. In case y'all are wondering. Should be enough for that. Don't want to go too dark. Kind of had that problem earlier this morning. And kind of like that show there. Okay, that should be it for the N4. Yeah, no worries. No worries. But yeah, actually, what I was talking about earlier with the shipping, I kind of made this actually just now, actually, a couple minutes ago. But I was just kind of doing this to test out the way I kind of ship them. And they'd be coming, I think the way I'm going to go about it is I'm going to have them in like a card stock like this. This is actually Bristol paper I was kind of using. But And I'll just using this as kind of a size reference because they're going to be about this size, like 3 by 3 inches. And those kind of fit into this like little pouch. Now I will make this a little bit bigger because it is kind of riding up on the edge of it a little bit. So I will make it just a little bit bigger on this end. Just kind of fold it up, tape it off, and then it'll be like sent off in like a bubble mailer and well in a plastic bag with the or not plastic bag, Ziploc bag with the bubble mailer, and that's kind of gonna be. I think it's gonna be how I kind of ship them out as well. So I gotta do a lot of shopping this weekend. So I'm gonna do the blending real quick, or use the blender real quick. Find it. Just because the N8 kind of got a little bit too dark on me. Just want to brighten that up just a little bit. Because it's supposed to be a bit more fun. Hey, Grumpy. Good to see you. It's between SWOOP and SNARL. Yeah. I guess for me, it'd probably be SWOOP too. He had that really fun episode where they were stuck on Cybertron with Spike and Carly. It was cool too because it was the first time DINOBOTS actually got to go to Cybertron actually in the cartoon because they were built on Earth in the cartoon. It kind of smudged that a little bit. Fix that later. But I also like Slag because Triceratops was just cool. Very cool dinosaur. So we're kind of just lightening up the dark gray, which is kind of laid in. So all right. Just now we aren't doing any sort of backgrounds for these because it'll make it a lot easier for me to kind of convert these into a PNG file once I get them on the computer. So no backgrounds, at least not for now. Maybe once I have them scanned in, maybe I can do backgrounds one day, but I'd much rather just like focus on making new content instead of just going back to it. But yeah, we are going to be doing some stickers, Grumpy. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, sticker time. Yeah. Yeah, well, I had the day off, so, and this morning I actually did a live stream. I'll show them off real quick. I colored up Slag this morning, actually, really early in the morning, so, but here he is. This is how Slag turned out. So, and after that stream, I just started inking up these guys because they were already like last night they were already ready to go with inks. So I just like, so like when I was watching Yarny's stream, I was just kind of inking them up and just going to town, So I'm like, oh, screw it, nothing better to do today, so might as well work on these guys. So. All right. The nib on this is being weird. Gonna be doing a lot of shopping this weekend though, for art supplies, for shipping supplies. So committed to this stuff here. So yeah, it is a very good use of my day. It's been a lot of fun. So I love the DINOBOTS. It's probably my favorite team in the Autobot team ranks, to be honest. Like of the subgroups, because there's DINOBOTS, and you have AerialBots, you got ProtectaBots, but DINOBOTS are just the coolest ones to me. So, all right, bringing up BV23, which is kind of like a violet sort of gray. I like to use it for a lot of my gray tones. Just kind of adds a bit more depth, adds a bit more layers to it. So wonky and random. I can't everyone watch everyone live. So glad I gave up TV. Yeah. Yeah, you like slag? Yeah. It was a lot of fun to do. It didn't really take too long, actually. I don't remember. I think like 2 hours only. That one. All right. Which I think the BB31 would have been better here, but already committed to it, so. I also like to add the blue violet grays because it just kind of helps make the because gray can be a very, very dull color, you know, most of the time. So doing this kind of adds a bit more. Like you can kind of see it already a little bit. Not too sure if you can tell, but there's already a lot more like dimension to the gray tones here just by adding that extra bit of color. Well, yeah, so Grumpy, the way we're kind of working today is we're going to be kind of working by color because they're all, because DINOBOTS they're all kind of the same sort of color scheme, just in different parts of their body. So the way we're going to be working is we're going to work on all the dark grays here on SWOOP, but then we're going to kind of swap over to SLUDGE and SNARL and do their dark gray tones, and we'll kind of go from there. That's kind of how we're going to be operating today. All the DINOBOTS, just because I think it'll make things go a little bit faster, because that way, my desk doesn't get swamped with freaking markers all over the place, and B, I'm just not just like putting and not just that, if I do like do the whole thing where I put them back each time, it's just like it takes a lot because it adds up. Like, you know, if you're constantly moving around. So I might as well just like do all the colors in one go, you know, from there. So yeah. Oh, there's so many. It's hard to keep up. Yeah, so many. Like, I don't even need TV anymore. Honestly, I don't watch sports. So I don't watch a lot of things. Like anything I want to watch, I can get on either YouTube or a streaming service, you know. So it's kind of pointless to me, personally. Well, I used to be addicted to fucking TV when I was a fucking kid. Actually, I used to always like try to save like any, because we used to be able to record films like back in the day. So I always like try to catch like Star Wars or Indiana Jones, because I think we had the VHS tapes for the original Star Wars trilogy, but I think they broke or they just got worn out over time. And so anytime it was like on the TV, I would always like try to record that when I was there, when I could. So drawings, Thundercons, there's a lot of favors to pick between there, Grumpy. But yeah, they're all pretty great. Aerial boys, yeah. Which I could see myself doing more of these like team pieces actually. Maybe do like some of the combiner teams, because I will be doing the Predacons next after the Dinobots. So yeah, I could probably do more. I could do some Constructicons maybe. Actually, Terracons would be really cool. But actually, I also want to do like Dinobot modes actually, because obviously we're doing the robot modes here. But I actually kind of want to do the Dinobot modes as well for them at some point. But we'll stick to what we're doing right now so far. So yeah, yeah, it is kind of hard to kind of pick a fair transformer because there's so many characters, you know. Like Mrs. Diamond actually kind of found that out pretty quickly. It's like because she only knows like Bumblebee, Megatron, like Prime, but once she saw how I was kind of expanding my room here, she's like, "Holy shit! There's that many Transformers? What the hell?" So, so yeah, it's a big cast of characters. There's a lot of stuff you can do with the franchise. All right, I think we're getting. I'm just gonna bring out BV31. It's kind of like a lavender, like a pale lavender gray or something. I actually use this a lot for like the faces on Transformers, actually, just because it gives them a bit more personality. Rather than just going for the dull sort of gray. So do this, and I think we'll add. I think the shadows are fine. I think it's just a matter of just kind of blending all these colors and making it look a bit more uniform here. So just kind of stick the light. Actually, the hand here could be. You could probably use some extra work here. Hold on. Kind of neglected it a little bit. Good enough. Fudge, I shall return. All right. Yeah. And actually, I could also see myself doing like print out like posters or something like prints of like all 5 Dinobots together as like a kind of like a little poster. That's something we could probably do as well. Although the sticker or the posters on Sticker Mule are pretty expensive, so I might just like find a local printer to do it for me. Because there are some printers in town that I can do this kind of thing from. Get this thing from. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And using these lighter colors are actually a good way to kind of blend some of the darker colors together, like while also adding a little bit lighter sort of a tone to it as well. It's kind of interesting how these markers work. So, because it's not so much that you're putting another shade of color on top of the color, you're blending the colors, like it's it's kind of the way that, because once you put alcohol to alcohol, it kind of reactivates, for lack of a better term, and so you can kind of get different little effects from it. So it's not like a permanent solution, 100%. It's kind of the best way to kind of explain it. I kind of want to go a little bit darker on some of the shadows here, so I'll bring in the N6. Just kind of deepen that. And I think we'll bring in the N2, and then I think that'll be it for SWOOP here. And we'll switch over to SLUDGE or SNARL next. Yeah, there's a reason why these markers are expensive, because they ain't your typical Crayola markers, you know. Which I buy a lot of for my nieces, but that's gonna be their big graduation present, is when I buy them all, buy both of them a big thing of Copics, if they continue to draw, because they do like to draw still, even now, so hopefully they become artists like me. That'd be nice. That should be good enough. And I'll bring in N2, some neutral gray. Basically going neutral gray for the darker grays, and then we'll go with cool gray for the lighter grays. That way there's kind of a bit of a difference in the different tones. That way it kind of stands out a bit more. It's kind of what I usually try to do. So I try to, especially with the gray tones, because you can get, if you're not careful, the gray tones can kind of get lost in each other. So I try to kind of mix it up with parts of the body or whatever I'm drawing. Just kind of give it a little extra flair. All right, that's it for the gray tones on SWOOP. We'll swap over to the SNARL because he's closer to me. So here we got SNARL. So I'll switch over to my reference, my SNARL reference, and that's not SNARL, it's SWOOP. There it is. And it seems like okay. I think the torso there is actually supposed to be black. This is what I mean by the black is kind of awkward on the Transformers, the old cartoon. So you can't really tell fully because it's not like a full-on black. It's like a really dark gray. But I think it's supposed to be black, so we'll kind of leave that for now. That line's way too curved. Just realized, oh well. Not a big deal. Okay, so it's going to be the arms and the legs for SNARL. Bring back our N4. Oh, that line's not connected. Oop. Make sure my lines are connected for the only color on. Probably should have proofread this guy, but whatever. We can go back and touch up the inks later on anyway, so it's not big of a deal. We're seeing other pencil lines to erase, so yeah, I'll just keep going. Be careful here. These are supposed to be yellow, little spikes on the Stegosaurus. Leg. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a black. The middle of the torso. So we'll stick with that. Which, funny enough, actually, people don't really realize this, but SNARL was actually never in the 1986 movie. Like, I think he appears later on in the season 3 and 4, but he's the only Dinobot that never actually appears in the original 1986 movie. It's just SNARL, it's just SWOOP, Grimlock, Sludge, and Slag that were in the movie, actually. So, where was he? No idea. Welcome back, Grumpy. Hey, Liam Greenwell. Good to see you, man. It's been a little while. Yeah, go back and rewatch the 86 movie. He's actually not in the movie at all. Yeah, actually, I don't know. I don't think because he never really appears in the. Because he didn't appear in the Autobot City Battle, didn't appear on the planet of the Punishing. So, you know, he was absent from the film entirely. So. I don't know. Maybe he had a hot day or something. I don't know. Maybe he's a studly Dinobot. He's too busy for everybody. And then just going to be the arms here for SNARL. It's mostly a red boy. Red and yellow and black. So. Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, good to see it. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. SNARL, he's too much of a stud. You know, he was too busy for fighting Unicron and all that. It's like, no, I'm pimping out. It's an image I'll never get out of my head now. But yeah, so since you're just coming back, or it's been a little while, Liam, we're actually working on, well, not we, I am working on some stickers, actually. And they're all going to be Dinobots, and maybe more. We'll be doing, obviously, the Predacons next. But right now, we're just going to focus on these 5 right now. And we'll be selling them on Etsy pretty soon. Gonna hopefully buy the or order them this week if I can get them all edited and transferred, all that. This week. I'll probably do all that tomorrow. Just be working, just getting these guys all. So I gotta convert them into PNG files on the computer and all that. So. And also I have to go do a lot of shopping over the weekend. It's next weekend because I got a lot of shipping supplies because I'll have a total of 100 stickers. Because I'm going to buy 20 of each. Start off with. So I'd much rather undersell it than oversell it. So Yeah, well, they're not on Etsy just yet. It's just kind of new right now. We're just getting started with it actually. So, but I'll definitely send you a link if you want at some point. I'll probably do a live stream when I get them going. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's fun. And this kind of was all kind of inspired because I'm going to be making a little web comic. Hopefully, if I can get around to it, if I get off my ass and start writing it, because I do have the first scene actually written for the comic. Actually, I'll kind of run it through Grumpy actually tonight, maybe if Grumpy is willing, because I've been talking to him behind the scenes, if you will, about the little project. I think he's really liking it so far, so that's a good sign. Because he's a big G1 purist, so. Like, make him happy, then I think I've got something special here. The little fan story. It's going to be a free comic, by the way. It's not going to be like a thing that you buy because, hey, I can't do that without getting sued up the ass by Hasbro. So, just going to be a little free web comic. I'll be posting wherever, so. Yeah, and it's also just kind of meant to be kind of a learning process for me, or a learning journey for me, rather, because, you know, at the end of the day, I need to learn how to do sequential art if I ever want to really do, you know, my own comics, my own IPs one day. So, and I've always kind of had this sort of idea, storyline in my head for a little while, or just the idea of it was kind of rattling my head, this idea of making the Dinobots a rivalry with the Predacons. So I always felt like they made a perfect sense as a rivalry, you know, because the Dinobots, they were very primitive. They're very, you know, they take on the forms of dinosaurs, like prehistoric life. But then here you have the Predacons. They take on the form of modern day animals, like the lion, the tiger, the eagle, and all that. And so I was like, well, it's like, even though they have kind of had rivalries over the years, I feel like it's never been fully explored to, I don't know, to the extent I think it should be, because the thing with the Predacons, they're actually a lot more sophisticated than Dinobots. They're considered to be Megatron's like top like fighters in the Decepticon ranks, and so I think that kind of introduces that kind of interesting sort of challenge for the Dinobots, because, you know, because they can no longer just like, you know, muscle their way through this enemy. Now they have to kind of think things through a bit more, as much as a primitive being like the Dinobots can, you know. So I was like, you know, it's kind of an interesting story idea there. It's never really been like fully explored, I don't think, at least. I mean, they might have done something in the IDW comics, but I'm not too familiar with those. Only read a little bit of the IDW books. Yeah, it's kind of meant to be sort of like a humbling story, actually, too, for Grimlock specifically, because he's kind of, you know, at the beginning of the story, he's kind of acting like a little bit of a spoiled sort of a teenage brat, you know. Later, Yarnwich, good to see you. Yeah, I'll probably be live for a little while. Oh, you'll have it. Oh, okay, you'll have the stream up. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you are leaving though, like, I'll probably be live for a good while now. So, because I got lots to do. We're not even close to being done. So, where was I? But yeah, so Grimlock, he's gonna be kind of like a spoiled teenage brat almost. Like, he's kind of, you know, he still kind of has that arrogant sort of nature to him, and then, but throughout the story, he's going to kind of learn to be a little bit more of a nicer dinosaur, you know, nicer T-Rex. So that's kind of the gist of it. be a bit more courteous of beings that are smaller, that are weaker than himself. That's kind of like the whole idea of it. So, yeah, later, Yarny. We'll see you around if you're lurking or come back or what have you. I'll be going for a little bit if my voice can withstand it. Because it gets really dry here, so it makes it hard to talk for a long time. So maybe some like just quiet moments in the stream. Dinobots, they were the turtles before the turtles, yeah. A little bit actually. They are childlike in their mentality. They're very, very simple minded, you know. I think I might have done a little too much on there, but whatever. Maybe you can fix that later. Just drop a shadow behind the sword. And I actually did kind of figure out what the backstory will actually be for the Predacons, Grumpy, because I had to go back and rewatch or look up the origin story for the Predacons in the original cartoon, and there still isn't actually really a clear, definitive answer to where they actually came from or how they were created necessarily. It's all kind of very vague, but their first debut episode in 5 Face of Darkness, they were actually working with for the Quintessons. So I'm actually going to be kind of incorporating that a little bit into their story here. So the way I'm going to have it be is that they actually, maybe a long time ago, they had captured the Predacons at one point, and have the Quintesson scientists, like they're the ones that actually give them their animal modes, like kind of like how Shockwave gave the Dinobots their beast modes in the War for Cybertron or the Fall of Cybertron game. It's gonna be a similar sort of story where it's like the Quintessons, they were studying Earth a long time ago, and at this point, it's going to be kind of, I think I had it to where it's like in the 1600s where the Dinobots kind of, where the Predacons land on Earth. So at this point, the Quintessons, they would be studying like kind of modern day animals like the lion, the tiger, and all that. And so that's kind of where the inspiration will come to make them into Predacons and all that. So that's kind of like where I'm going with the Predacons, and there will still be that backstory where they do get cast out by Megatron, but on Cybertron, they're not actually going to have their beast modes. They're just going to be kind of like this, your average like Decepticon warrior like team. And it's going to be the Quintessons that give them their Predaking combined form as well as their beast modes. So that's going to be the story for the Predacons. And eventually, yeah, Earth, where everyone wants to be. Well, yeah, apparently, but it's the best way to kind of fit it into the story I'm trying to tell. And so hopefully it makes sense and hopefully it works out. I'm also going to be incorporating a little bit of what their origin story was in Dreamwave as well, actually, because they were actually banished to the planet Beast, which was actually a location in the Headmaster series, the Japanese cartoon. So the way I'm going to have it be is that they get banished to the planet Beast, and that's where the Quintessons are kind of hiding out, and they've been kind of stranded on this planet for a while, and so they're kind of just like bored almost, like they're kind of just like, because they've experimented with every single creature, so they're kind of trying to branch out to different planets and all that, and then that's where the idea of using Earth-based animals comes from. So yeah, that's what I've got going on for the Predacons anyways. So hopefully it's good. Yeah, that too. I'm not too sure how much of the origin I'll actually be able to show in the comic book. I just hadn't really gotten there yet, but I'm almost thinking about just doing a whole like side like web series or like a side story where I kind of actually go into the details of their origin story and how they kind of came about. Honestly. So I guess I could tell the origin story in like little snippets throughout the main story, though. I do like maybe a flashback panel or something like that. Yeah, we can do that probably. But I do really like the opening scene. I kind of wrote for the Predacon. It's kind of a very, very scary sort of a scene that really shows how dangerous they can be to humans. You never really see that a whole lot, where we see like Transformers like stalking like humans, like prey. It's gonna be kind of like that in the opening scene. Yeah. Well, there's a little bit more to the origin than just that, because I don't want to spoil anything too much, like because I'm still kind of working on it. But like maybe one or two panel or pages could probably tell the origin story, or just like kind of spread out the origin story in different panels over the course of the book. That's probably be how I do that, honestly, because I think that one of the things about being a writer is you don't want to give away like you want to have you kind of want to. I can't remember where I got this advice from, but I remember someone said that the writer knows all the secrets, and a good writer knows when to tell you the secrets or when not to tell you the secrets of the story. And that's kind of like, and so I think that if you prolong or kind of spread out the way you kind of tell that story, I think that kind of will work out better. So I think it makes it more interesting for a viewer to kind of like, oh, what's happening next? It's kind of like almost like a detective story. We're trying to figure out where they came from, what their story was and all that. Oh, thanks, Liam. Yeah. Yeah, really appreciate that. Let's see. I think I'm good here actually with the M8. I don't want to go too much with this. Like I blink by the blender. Got to kind of lighten up the dark gray here. But yeah, so the way we're working today, oh my gosh, I keep spinning everywhere. Price of having a living in Canada. Gets really dry up here during wintertime, especially. But the way we're working is we're going based on colors for all three Dinobots. So I'm hoping that'll kind of speed up the process. Actually, I need to bring back the N4 here just a little bit. Do that. But yeah, I do actually like the idea because the way and the whole story kind of takes place in a real world environment called the Darien Gap, and the way the Dinobots actually get there is going to be kind of funny because they basically, because obviously in the story at the very beginning they kind of run off like teenagers do when they're parent scolds them, which in this context it'll be Optimus Prime. He kind of scolds Dinobots because there's this whole opening scene I'm kind of writing right now, actually, where they're fighting Devastator in Orlando, Florida, of all places, because that's where all the big robot battles take place. There's actually is a story reason for it. I'll kind of explain in just a minute. Is because obviously Orlando is the hotspot for theme parks, and so in the story, when the Dinobots, obviously, because in the story the Dinobots get scolded a little bit by Prime, not in an angry sort of way. Like that's not how Prime kind of scolds Autobots. He'll yell sometimes, but he's not going to like insult them or belittle them or anything like that. He's just going to be like, look, this is how you need to act. This is how you need to shape up. That's kind of how Prime usually will kind of I guess discipline the Autobots in a way. Like he's not like you should never be angry with the Autobots. Like that's kind of the whole thing in that way, at least. But they get scolded by Prime, and then yeah, because they're like the pets of the Autobots. They're kind of like the strays need to be put in check. But basically, what happens in the story when they obviously, like I said, they walk off from Prime. They kind of, I haven't really fully written the scene yet, but they find like this like kind of the ship that's actually carrying this what's going to be eventually, which is going to be part of like a dinosaur park sort of animatronic sort of theme park in Colombia, and so the guy running it is actually going to be dressed as well, not dressed as, but he'll have the likeness of John Hammond from Jurassic Park, because just as a little nod to Jurassic Park, because obviously it's dinosaurs, Dinobots, but he's gonna be a bit more eccentric. Like he's kind of going to be like if John Hammond was like a Willy Wonka type, like with a very, very flashy sort of costume. You know what I mean? And so Dinobots kind of get tricked a little bit. I think that's going to be kind of how it goes. Like I said, I still haven't fully written that whole scene yet, but I think it's going to be kind of. I want it to be a very, very funny scene, the way it's kind of depicted in there. So. I think it's good enough there. You can do this guy. Do you know what the one I wanted to use is actually the BB31 this time around. A lighter shade. So that's what we're going to do. Just to kind of clean up all these little highlights, these like white lines here. That will be a much appreciated yeah, like it'll be really fun. I might even sneak in a spare no expense line. That'd be kind of funny. And obviously in the story, the Dinobots, once they get to Colombia or Panama, I can't remember. I think we'll go Colombia, just because where this guy is trying to set up shop, make a little dinosaur amusement park or whatever, and Dinobots they just get bored of the whole park. They're like, "What is this shit? What the hell is this shit?" Or something. Or they get I guess I think the way it should go is actually the John Hammond character. I'll just call him John Hammond just to keep it easy. Maybe I'll have him be like he's trying to actually turn the Dinobots into the actual animatronics. Like maybe he has like a malfunction happen. He's like, "Holy shit, these big robots! I got something for you. Got a little gig for you." That's how we're gonna roll with that. We'll see. I still haven't written it yet, but it's floating in my head, floating around in my head. Work on it. Just call him not Mr. Hammond. Or Hammy. Make his name Hammy. Yeah. Yeah. The Daring Gap is in between Panama and Colombia, so I think Colombia would be the. Yeah, it has to be Colombia because they're going from Orlando, Florida to Colombia, so that makes the most sense actually. So maybe it's gonna be like but maybe that character's just gonna be like a little like old entrepreneur. He's trying to make a name for himself or something. Who knows? He's probably not gonna have a big role in the story though at all. Yeah, we'll see. Just meant to be a very, very funny sort of scene. It's gonna because it's gonna have some dark moments. You kind of want to have balance of a darker movie or darker story with some lighthearted, funny moments. Before you get all serious and all that stuff. And plus, it's Transformers. It should be fun. It shouldn't just be dark and serious all the time. It's like, no, you can have fun with Transformers. There's nothing wrong with having fun at all in general. That's the problem with Zack Snyder's like DC stuff. It's like there's no fun to be had at all in the Zack Snyder universe. It's like Superman, Batman, Flash. It's like make it fun. It's all depressing. These are fun characters if you're a smart writer. That's what that's what the DC animated universe did so well, is they balanced out the serious stories with a lot of humor and a lot of just a lot of fun. They made Batman fun. They made even serious characters like Batman was fun in that show. All those shows, to be honest, like the Batman the Animated Series, Justice League, all that. Yeah, it's kind of a very like the Daring Gap's kind of a weird sort of place right now. It's not really like, I think there's no like government. I'm not too sure how it is right now, but there's like no like government like stuff. There's actually been a lot of like stuff over the years where they tried to kind of like bridge the gap, because they've been trying to, because it's supposed to connect, because there's a highway that goes from Alaska all the way down through Canada, through the United States, through Mexico and all that. Goes straight and all, but the Daring Gap is actually what cuts it off. Actually, that cuts out that road that prevents it from going all the way down to the bottom of South America. There's a lot of like history behind the Daring Gap, actually, like a lot of different settlers, different exploration sort of expeditions that happened over the years. Now, I chose the Daring Gap actually as a location just by accident. Honestly, it kind of just came to me. Because obviously I always had this idea for the Dinobots and Predacons. But when I learned about, because I was just like on my phone, like in bed, I think, because what I do on my phone, because I usually just like scroll through like YouTube Shorts or whatever when I'm in the morning or in the evening, as I'm trying to sleep or go to bed or wake up, and just like came across one of those like documentary ones, and it kind of gave some information on the Daring Gap itself, and I was like, I think that would make a really cool location for this story. This kind of cutaway land, and this kind of ungoverned area, which would be a perfect place for like a team like the Predacons to kind of exist without having any sort of government intervention, or without people really noticing them or knowing about their whereabouts. So from there, it just kind of clicked for me, the whole storyline in general. That's when it kind of like really just kind of, all these ideas kind of just like kept flooding in just one location. So it's funny where inspiration will come from. Yeah. Don't be like, as a writer, and like don't be afraid to use like real life like locations or events or whatever to kind of inspire stories. You never know what might actually comes your way. All right. Yeah, exactly. And the whole thing with the Predacons in the story is actually trying to mine into the ground, like, because they're in, which is a real place actually, the Death Mountain, because it's a very, very like rocky, very rugged sort of terrain, and they're trying to dig, and they've kind of buried themselves a hole inside of the mountain where they're kind of living, basically hiding out, and they're actually using their ships, like, because obviously every transformer, because like all the transformers, they kind of have what they do in the cartoon a lot is that they'll take any sort of like energy source, whether it be from a power plant, whether it be from an oil rig or what have you, or any sort of like source of energy, they kind of will take that and make energon cubes out of. And so in this story, the Predacons are actually using lava. They've kind of dug into the ground deep, into the ground, and so they've dug so deep that they actually found like a little lava like river almost. And so they've been kind of using that to kind of fuel their energon cubes, basically. So their energon cubes are powered by lava. So that's kind of that was kind of a cool idea, and it also kind of serves as a story point because it's going to be have negative effects for the village, the local villages that's kind of living around the Darien Gap, because there's going to be a lot of like just little things like, you know, this happens a lot in cartoons where it's like, you know, something happens underground, they kind of affect stuff on top, you know, and so there'll be like a lot of like explosions of lava kind of erupting from the ground. You know, if the Predacons dig too far, or that they, you know, they could potentially blow everything up. So that's kind of like the main sort of plot of the story. It's going to be a very, very simple story, not going to be overly sort of involved. I don't think that you need to this kind of story anyways. Usually it is better to have a more simple story, sort of a storyline, really, because from there you can make everything more complex. Because once you have a because I think that once you have a very, very simple sort of story and plot, it allows you more room to add complexity for the characters and all that in the world. And so, but I think he's ready for some. We're ready to call it quits on the grays here for SNARL. So I think I'll run M6 through them real quick, and then I'll move on to sludge. But holy shit, 546. Damn, we gotta fucking get moving. It's not even past the first color yet. But that's okay. We're gonna go all night if we have to, until my hands fall off. Yeah, great place to stock prey. I read that. Zach is no fun. James is too fun. Seems Gunn is taking the Just League International, and I don't know what that he will strike the proper tone, as the book is very polarizing. Yeah, I've never really actually read the GSI, for lack of better terms. So it seems really weird because it seems like this is a younger Superman too. Like, he should be meeting like Batman and Wonder Woman before he meets someone like Guy Gardner. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like, I'm already having some issues with this fucking Superman movie. Like, the only thing they got right was that they gave him trunks. And actually, Lois doesn't look too bad. Lois actually doesn't look too bad to me. And the guy playing Superman doesn't seem all that bad. I mean, give him a goofy ass haircut, but as Clark, but yeah, I don't know why they're doing Justice League International of all things. Like, it's like, why don't you do Justice League then bring in Justice League International? It's like take your time. Like, stop introducing things just because you want to have it in there. You know, just because you want to see that. Like, just because you want to see Justice League International finally doesn't mean it works for the story you're trying to tell. You know, like that would be like if you did a Batman movie, right, where he already has the Outsiders, right? The Outsiders team, which was like Black Lightning, Katana, Metamorpho. Like, imagine if you put that team together before he ever had like a Robin in his life, or if he ever or a Batgirl before all that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like certain things should probably take better precedent, you know, over others. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But whatever. It's Hollywood being Hollywood, so it's not really looking forward to that movie at all. It's like, because not just that, like James Gunn has said in interviews he doesn't understand Superman, honestly. Like, and what he said about Superman just doesn't really click with me at all. Like the whole problem, is the way he kind of describes Superman is that he's a big galoot. He's, you know, his biggest weakness is that he doesn't kill anybody, you know, and it's just to me, it seems like he doesn't understand the character at all. And he's also kind of talking about how he's going to have a bit of a division between being that Kansas farmer boy coming like with the upbringing of Superman, rather, is going to be kind of in question. Like, he's going to be questioning is he human? Is he alien or whatever? Like, because he's kind of talked about how he wants to kind of explore the aristocrat version of his parents, which was like Laura and Jor-El. Then you also have the warm white bread parents of Jonathan and Martha Kent, you know. And so, but the problem with doing this is that, I mean, you could do a story similar to this, but you can't have Clark confused about who he is. Like, because to Clark, he's not alien. He's not an alien being. Like, because most of his life he's only known Jonathan and Martha Kent, you know. And there's no real conflict there with Clark. He's never really someone who thinks otherwise. Like, even though he is technically an alien, he doesn't see himself in that way. He sees himself. All he sees himself is a boy who grew up on a Kansas farm, who just happens to have these powers. You know, who just happens to, you know, be from a different planet. You know. So the last layer of neutral gray we kind of lay in, which is N2. Then we'll move on to sludge. Yeah, so just from that alone, I know that James Gunn's going to get it wrong with Superman. Also, the trailer's like very, very moody as well. Like, it kind of has like a Superman Returns, Man of Steel vibe. You know, like the first time we see Superman in this trailer, he's like beaten down and broken. You know, it's just like, is that really how you want to present Superman? Like a brand new Superman, you know? Like, why don't you start off with like a scene where he's like saving a plane full of people or something like that? Like, that's how you introduce Superman in this trailer. It's like, nope, he's getting his ass beat somehow. He has to have his dog take him home. It's like, not that you can't have this scene in the movie. It's just like, you know, the way they're presenting the character, you know, from the get-go is kind of a weird. All right, move on to sludge. Now, sludge actually has some things that need to be kind of touched up later on once we get to the blacks on his helmet. So I had to redraw, kind of redraw a little bit of the horn or whatever there, but I'll also have to black that out and all that stuff. All right. Let's get my reference out, actually. SNARL is done, at least for the dark grays. So for sludge, it's going to be the arms, the back, which is kind of where the brontosaurus bits kind of hang off, and then most of the legs here. And that'll be it. Yeah. All right. Works for me. Just kind of map that out real quick. And some areas need to be erased real quick before I do that. Okay. Let's kind of lay a base color down. But I'm actually kind of I'm interested in the Fantastic Four movie. Not fully sold on it, but it actually doesn't look too bad. Like, it doesn't look too bad. Like, if I can look at it as a standalone film, I probably will be fine. Because the only problem I have is the way it kind of connects to the greater MCU as it is now. That, and they're using the female Silver Surfer. I would have preferred the... which I know that the female one is a character, but I think that most people would probably much rather see the original Silver Surfer, especially in the first Fantastic Four movie in the MCU. I just think that'd make more sense, but whatever. Maybe he will be in the film. Maybe I'll just have a smaller role or just have a little cameo appearance or something. Who knows? Or maybe she's going to be the first Silver Surfer, and then maybe she dies or something happens to her, and then you bring in the original later on. I don't know how they're doing this. I'm just guessing. Oh, you know what? I missed the claws on his arm. Let me fix that. I just realized he's supposed to have the little fins coming off there. There we go. Let's see. Just to fix that up. Luckily, it's all the same color, but just noticed that now. But it's an easy fix. We just have to shadow that big time. Little sludge on his gun and sword, a little anxious looking. He ain't the brightest Dinobot in the shed. I don't know if that was in the cartoon where Megatron was kind of figuring out the weaknesses of the Dinobots. And when he was going through Slag, Grimlock, and Sludge, he was like, Grimlock's arrogant, Slag is hostile, and then Sludge stupid. That was his weakness. I was like, damn. Poor Sludge doesn't get a whole lot of love. But I have phase 1 to 3 and no Way Home. I'm done. Yeah. I still haven't seen On the Way Home. I don't really have any desire to be honest. Just don't really want to see Tobey Maguire with Tom Holland Spider-Man. I just did not like the Spider-Man at all. So it's cool to see him back, but I would have preferred to see him back as like, you know, Sam Raimi, Spider-Man 4, you know what I mean? But that's how you bring an actor back like that. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Just the whole premise of it just doesn't really work for me. Like some of the idea that, you know, this version of Peter Parker's first interaction with someone like the Green Goblin, right, is not even his own Green Goblin. It's from someone else's universe. That's kind of where it's also a big part of why I didn't go see that movie, because it's just too stupid to me. It's like, that's like if the first time Batman meets the Joker, right, it's from a different, like, it's like say take Christian Bale's Batman. The first time he meets Joker, it's actually Jack Nicholson's Joker from the Keaton films. Like, it's stupid. Yeah. Like, unless he's like just a recap, he's playing the character again. I guess if it was just the actor playing a different version of that character, that'd be one thing. But yeah, no, it's just like taking him straight up from another universe. It's just dumb to me. Just couldn't get on board with that. It's like, oh, too stupid. Just ignore the shit out of that movie. And this little circle here is supposed to be black, so I gotta leave that alone. Excuse me. Shout it up anyways. It was red. All right. Need a little caffeine boost here. Coca-Cola powers unite. That was gay, but whatever. Using Coke to power me through this dream. That's going to be a clip, maybe. I'm not kidding. I'm not that popular. All right. Just trying to map out where all the dark gray is supposed to go. It's just going to be this little bit right here. It's just meant to be a little compartment where the Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus head hangs out. Excuse me. Okay. Our arm. She'll probably just black that out. Just grab the backpack first. Get that out of the way. Almost 2 hours in, we're still on the first color. But that's okay. Always, if we run out of time or if I feel like trying to wrap, we can always pick up where we left off tomorrow morning. But yes, for next week's weekend match, I'll probably be working on more of the Predacons. So I got Razor Claw going. I got Rampage, which I might redo because I'm not 100% happy with them. But still got Dive Bomb, still got Tantrum, and Headstrong to do. So I might just work on at least the pencils for those. So pull a Superman this week. Just get them all cranked out. But we'll see. All right. Other arm. Got the shadow. I'll block out a few things here. Just to cut up my lines there. But all right. And I think that's it for the end of there. Yeah, it's good enough. Don't want to overdo it. That should be good enough for that. spot on. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, I don't really draw chibis very much, so hopefully I'm doing all right today. Okay, let's fill it all out with the BB31. Actually, you know what? I'll bring back the N4, just kind of blend that, and it'll kind of come in with the BB31. Just tighten up all the little highlights here and there. But yeah, at least now I'm gonna have like muscle memory from for knowing which colors to use for DINOBOTS when I do the comic book. Coloring them and drawing them so much now. But you know what? I wouldn't have any other way because it's fun. I love my DINOBOTS, so it's all good for me. Not too worried about the leg getting any gray on it because it's going to be blacked out later on. So, ooh, hold up. My slingshot just got an update. Check that out real quick. It's been really slow though, moving. It's been really slow moving. Ooh, might be here pretty soon. Just arrived in my neck of the woods. It's gonna be cool. So I might get a stream tomorrow anyways, because I might do another unboxing stream. I did the scrapper a couple weeks ago. So that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. It's at a warehouse right now, so either coming tomorrow or it's going to come Wednesday. That's usually kind of how it works. But yeah, slingshot on the way. Finally getting my aerial bots rolling from Van Toys. So. Excuse me. Yep, same here. Yeah, because I was already disappointed with the Streetwise I had got last week, so. Let's be the last time I use this marker. It's kind of beating. After this, we're moving on to the light grays, which will be the face and the wings and stuff like that. So. And then we'll probably do blacks and all that. Anything that requires me using like the gray tones is what I'll be doing right now. And then we can get to the fun colory bits, colorful bits. All right, bring in the blue violet. Okay. Time is it? 6 o'clock. Holy shit. Already 2 hours, only on the color. That's okay. I think. And that's still kind of showing, but I'm just gonna leave it. Stream seeing 1 bar when my computer tells me 3 bars. All right, we're back. See how that happens. Canadian Trudeau Wi-Fi. Two. I'm just gonna need a refill. Refill. Off camera, so we get any on the page. This became a nightmare. All right. Might use some black on that actually. There's still some little bits of my lines showing. Should be enough. We'll make it work. So I think we're almost done here with the dark grays at least. We can probably move on to the light grays. This one looks kind of awkward. All right, we can move on. I think I'm good with the legs and the arms so far. Touch up this one. Then we can cover wrap on the, at least this color. We can finally move on to a different part of the body. But after this, it shouldn't take too much longer because the other colors are a little bit easier to kind of get right. So, some cool grays, which I don't need you. These guys get started. So the C1. And we'll start off with the face and the little crest here. So, get that. And some face on our DINOBOT going. Just gotta make sure I know which areas need. Gosh. Colors. Oh, okay. So on Sludge, it's just the wings and the face. Works for me. This fucking gray is dying. Use the chisel side, maybe. Okay. Two. Okay, this is my very first time drawing a sludge, actually. I've drawn it before. So I mostly just draw Grimlock most of the time when I draw Dinobots, so it's kind of fun to draw the others. Grab a little bit of violet for the face, just kind of give them more in-depth sort of a vibe, I suppose. All right. Just not in-depth, but just kind of get them. A bit more layers. It's a little bit too much, though, I think. A little too far. But that's why we have blenders. So push that back just a little. Might actually make a nice little effect from this. So, I can always go back in with a pencil crayon, just lighten up just a little bit if I need to. Go from there. Let's do C4 just for extra shadows. That's N4. C4 dropping in. Explode with the color stuff. Bring the C0. Just a minute. Just leave that. Oh my god, look at his teeth. Look at him biting there. Slut. Chomping on metal. Grayed out. But that's okay. We can fix it up. Maybe touch-ups. I think that's okay for now. Do the crest and then the wings, and I'll move on to SNARL and SWOOP. You know what? These wings should be showing there. That would be shadowed out there. Just kind of identify where the light gray is, then we kind of go in there, deeper shadows. We'll use some C4 again. I'll blow him up. Civilized marker. Dry out sucks. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we'll get the touch-ups tonight. I think what we'll do is we'll do all the Copics, or as much as the Copics we'll do tonight. Let's see, what time is it? 6:30. So I guess if I don't finish up, if it takes me a little while to get the blacks and all that, and all the other gray tones done, I think what we'll do is we'll save all the extra bits for tomorrow, I think. But we'll just have to see how we do tonight. Let's see, it's 6:30. Oh, my goal is to end it at least by 8, I think. I think 8 will probably be my stopping point. Right now it's 6:30, so probably another hour and a half, I think. So I'm starting to feel it. Starting to feel a little bit tired. But it'll be good because then you'll get more time to me tomorrow. Which I was actually supposed to go live yesterday, but I had to go see. I just had to leave Mackie stream actually a little bit early, or abruptly rather, because I had to go see the family because it's kind of in a rush to get out. But yeah, I was able to actually draw Razor Claw and a little bit of Rampage last night while I was with them in my sketchbook. So which I'll probably show actually real quick before I end it off. Actually, 2 hours in time zone. It's 8:30 here. Yeah. So 2 hours ahead of you, I think. So, or behind, rather. I think after the cool grays, I think I'll take a quick bathroom break. All right. So bring a C3. Find it. There it is. All right, and C0. I should probably get my harsher shadows going before I do that. So grab my 5, start with 5, and we'll do 7. Just a little bit there. Okay, now I can go 0. I think that'll be good enough. That's why I had to go digital. No money to replace them with. But Prismacolor and RV the last 3 years, yeah, 30 years or 3D years. I'm gonna assume 30 or 3 years. Grumpy. Just read that now. Yeah. Art supplies ain't cheap, so unless you're crazy like me and decide to blow all your money on it. All right, and that's it for Sludge. And I'm actually going to take a really quick bathroom break right now, and then we'll move on to Swoop and Snarl. So I'll be right back, y'all. All right. These are clearly our top dog. They're solid. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I try to differentiate them. That's why I try to use different tones. Like I use cool grays for like the lighter stuff, and then neutral for the darker areas. So just so they can kind of tell the difference between them. That's big. Kind of stand out a bit more. So use different tones. Yeah, I'm just gonna run through with the lavender real quick, and then we can kind of move on to SNARL or SWOOP. I'll be SWOOP. He's closer. He's closer, so I'll do him next. Let's see. So I might run the blender through this real quick. Just kind of eating up just a little bit there, but it's not too bad. Yeah. But yeah, after this, actually, you know what? Make sure you guys stop by Yarn Witch's channel actually tomorrow. She's gonna be doing some gaming as well as some. I think she's doing a yarn stream again. So I'll put a link for her channel in just a minute. She'll do it right now. Okay. Might as well. She's a new friend to the channel, so we want to kind of be nice and do nice things for each other. That's how we do. That's how we roll here. Oh, shit. Sadman's watching Batman the Animated Series. Damn. Fuck. Do a watch party. Last time we watched POV and the Underdwellers episode with her, so she's like watched because Mrs. Diamond's actually watching the series for the first time actually today, or for the first time, so it's kind of cool. Let's see if I can find Yarn with computer so goddamn slow. Find it later. Find it later. But you know what? I'll make Yarn Witch, because in case she comes back, because she's kind of lurking. If she comes back, just make her a mod. Oh wait, do it here. Oh, I have to do it on YouTube. That's why. I don't do this often. I'll make a mod, Yarny, since you made me a mod on your channel. Go through the YouTube side. Oh, asshole. Going. It's so slow. Tomorrow she's going live as well. So. Fucking hell. This is why I need a new fucking computer. It's so slow. Fucking toaster. All right. Looks like Slag's in the lead, actually. Probably because of the name. The name, honestly, because it's actually a derogatory term in Europe. So. Johnny. I can make her mod. Better than me in every way, apparently. That's okay. Standard. There. Respect them. Give them all the power. All right. There we go. So now she has all the power in the world. Just want to lighten up the wings here a bit with the blender. We'll move on to swoop. All right. We are officially done with the dark grays on him, the light grays on it. All right. So let's grab my reference. Oh, that's gonna be easy. Just the face, the wings, and the thighs for a swoop here. So this the face first. Want to get that right. I think to get him his personality and all that right first before we move on to anything else. And his head is kind of a goofy shape. It's okay. We like our goofy Dinobots. So. So cool gray 2. And the legs. I've kind of simplified here just for this drawing here. Just gonna do that thigh. And this one. Yeah. Let's do some refilling real quick. Need a 2 and a 0 and the 1, I mean. these guys need a little bit more love in the tank, so to speak. It's 2. Right. Do not want to mix the colors up. You'll screw everything up. We'll destroy everything we've built. Okay. Let's grab the nib. Cool. You're excused. And maybe this is one. Find it. Where did you go? There you are. Just making off on me. For noise, made a PC. Phone first, yeah. No, I need a phone before I get a PC. I use my phone a lot. Way more than I use my PC. It's just kind of the same amount of time. I think it's about the same. But phone's more paramount right now because all my apps are just dying on me. Can't use half of them. Like YouTube just kind of went out for me actually just recently. The iOS shit is changing over, I guess. I don't know why they can't just keep a. It's like it was functioning perfectly fine before you change everything on me. I don't understand why you gotta change it all, but whatever. Or like I don't understand why they can't have like a compatible version just for old ass iPhone 6, but whatever. I keep up with the times. 6 years old. I sound like an old man already. So I'm a 40-year-old trapped in a 26-year-old's body. I tell you. Why are you taking forever? Just refilled you. Chat jumped on me. I don't want that. I really like that pose for SWOOP here. It's been more action-based and fun. Yeah, I'd love to do like a whole poster of all 5 together. Although I probably will have to use like a local printer instead of a with a sticker mule because their posters are pretty expensive. And I don't think they have any prints, at least not that I've seen aside from the posters. So for stuff like that, I'll probably do a whole print for. So I get a bunch of shit this year. New computer, new phone. Also, I need that's new. New printer, new scanner. How's me grief? All right, let's get C0 in there. Should I get some darker shades before? And we'll kind of cap it all off. All right, the face. Why is it doing that? That's what happened to my toilet. Oh, we had to use our phones a lot more. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why. Because like it was work, like because YouTube used to work perfectly fine with what I had, what I was going for. It's like, why can't you just have a version for each device? You know. Whatever. They just want you to buy a new thing because it's expensive, you know. I have to go through Google Chrome in order to watch YouTube on my phone, which I can't actually watch. Well, I can watch a live stream, but I just can't comment on live streams. That's fucking annoying. Didn't have that problem before, but now I have to. So, yeah, so I have to use the Chrome and Safari apps in order to watch YouTube because the app's not fucking working for some fucking reason. Damn technology. Love it and hate it at the same time. Not too worried about the mouth. I'll be going over that with some black and white ink later on, probably tomorrow, because got one more hour left. Yeah, exactly. It's planned obsolete. You know, it's like it wasn't obsolete 2 years ago. You know, it was still working fine. You just made it obsolete because you wanted money. Does it really cost you that much to have old apps still running? Oh, quality's back on the stream. You know, I was like blurry lately. All right, I'm gonna do a 3 actually real quick, and then we'll kind of move on to SNARL. Yeah, I would love to get like a nice like laptop, nice like gaming laptop. I think might be the answer for me. Like, and I'd probably just use that just for streaming, like just for all that. I would need to kind of have an extra table to house that maybe, but yeah. But it'd be really nice to have that so I could use that to kind of stream my gameplay without using Twitch. So it's hard to really grow a following, like aside from just like the way Twitch does business in general, like just really hard to like find like an audience or get an audience to kind of like, you have to really go out and promote yourself on like Twitter and shit or to get people to come and watch it. Not as easy as like YouTube where it kind of recommends shit. Yeah, so I might go live tomorrow at the same time I did this morning. Or I'll do it again in the evening. We'll see. Or, no, I want to do in the morning. So I think 8 or 9 is probably, yeah, I think 8 o'clock to be our stopping point. And then tomorrow morning at around 9, 8 or 9, we'll kind of pick up where we left off. That way, get an early start on getting these guys transferred to the computer. And then I can get them ready for print. I might do a little bit of work on them tonight before I go to bed, but I do need to kind of take some breaks in between so I don't overwork myself and get sloppy. I love the little effects I get with the. I think that having this little extra effect to it, because you can kind of see a little bit like a ripple almost in the ink. It kind of makes. I think I'll make it look. I think it'll kind of add to when I turn them into holograph stickers. So yeah. I think you're done. Swoop. So there's all the grays on the light grays, anyways, on Swoop. I think we're pretty much ready to go with this guy. Oh, it's Snarl's turn. Guessing it's the face. And oh, just the face. Snarl. That makes my life easier. Because everything else is red, black, and yellow on him. So and a little bit of blue for the eyes. But yeah. Works for me. Start with C1. Thank you, G1, for making my life easier. But I don't know. If we start picking up steam here, I might actually just go all the way, at least with the Copics. And then tomorrow morning we can do touch-ups, and that'll be all we can do. Because once the big area is kind of covered, it usually kind of goes by pretty fast after that. So just don't want to drag on too much. Three. And just a little bit of steam. Back to C0. All right, and the light grays are all done now with SNARL. Look at him, so cute. He's a big ass helmet, just covering his whole face almost. Time to do some blacks, so to speak. We'll start with a BB25. And for SNARL, it's just going to be his legs, his hand, and the helmet, and the middle of his torso, and that's it. And the neck, do the neck, all in black for all of them. Just go black that out, actually. So use this guy to kind of identify all the black areas. Gotta be careful around the Autobot symbol. All right. And it's just the helmet. All right. It's a pretty quiet, mellow stream now. It's getting a little late. So I think what I'll do is I'll finish the black areas and I think I'll call it a wrap from there. Getting tired. Yeah, don't really want to mess this up because I'll be selling these guys. Okay. Let's grab that. I'll do B29. I'm using these violet colors for the black areas because it kind of adds a bit more of a vibrance to the black itself. Let's go over that a little bit today. Also, I think having this extra bit of violet will kind of add a bit more to the sticker, the holograph sticker. It'll add a little bit more shine to it, you know. Make it pop more. We're going to come in with some more heavier blacks in just a minute. Actually, having this extra layer, so just cut that in there. Okay, to use the 23. Just kind of go over all the highlights. Then we'll bring the black. And it should probably be it for it, honestly. I need to be blending a few things, a few other colors, but yeah, we'll see. Just keep working it. Right. It kind of looks like a teddy bear almost with the ears. It almost does, like a little bit of teddy bear vibe with the snarl here, the way his head's designed. And actually, Lady V earlier today kind of suggested I do plushies, or these would make good plushies and all that. And I was like, that's kind of a cool idea. Fun. Dinobot plushies. It would make great plushies. Hasbro will steal them from you, though. Yeah. Probably. But I don't know how to make fucking plushies. I think it'd probably be really expensive to make. Have to be a master at crocheting and all that. I wanted to do that. All right. I gotta bring some cool grays. C5. Tie it all in. Holy shit, 3-hour stream. Damn. Kicking ass, though. You know what's our things girls love, yeah. Well, Lady V was loving slag this morning, so yeah. Garnbush loves Grimlock, so yeah, the ladies are digging the dinos. Found a new way to get some ladies in the chat. Dinosaurs. If I just do like a cute baby T-Rex, it'd be gold. Okay. Okay. I think I'm good to go here on SNARL, the blacks anyways. Move on to... we haven't done Sludge in a while, so we'll do him next. I actually do need to fix up his helmet here a bit. So black that all out real quick here, actually. Just going to redraw that just a tiny bit. There we go. Easy fix. Same thing we did last time. Did the PV25. Oh, and give a reference before I do anything. Get them right. I think it's just his hands, legs, and part of his torso, part of his arm, and the helmet, and part of the leg here. We'll do that first, actually, though. Oh, and his gun needs to be black. Oh, you know what? Part of his gun needs to be gray, just the tip, so to speak. Let's do it real quick. I'm going to spend too much time on it. The rest got to be black. Except for this part. This part can be yellow. And then just the crotch. $24 Go finish them. Yeah, I'll do all the blacks and I'll call it a wrap. I'd much rather get all that done before I call it quits. First, I need to refill this guy. It's fucking up. It's fucking up. Nope, wrong side. So it's running low, actually. Nope, it's going to be a tip, so to speak. That's a sword. Oh well, we'll fix that later. And the torso. Just the middle. Okay. Yeah, we can kind of push it a little bit. Still got a little bit of time here. Like to at least get one section, one portion kind of done on all three of them. Then we can pick up where we leave off tomorrow. Get the because tomorrow actually won't take too long, I don't think, because yeah, we're kind of getting all the big colors kind of squared up for most, at least for the most part. Swoop and Snarl kind of make it, but Sludge is almost actually pretty much done. He has very, very few colors compared to those two. Just gonna be reds and yellows, and yeah, that's about it. And blue for the eyes, all that stuff. Okay. Okay. DV23, then black, and then the C5, and all that. I'll be up for sludge here. Actually, swoop won't take too long. I think it's just the feet and a few other extra details that need to be blacked out for him. So probably be done pretty quickly. Oh, good. Just kidding about the cloud. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to, because if I just don't want to exhaust myself, too much. I could later tonight, maybe like off air, I could probably do a few touch-ups, but I need a little bit of rest time because I don't want to get sloppy, especially for this, which I forgot something. Waste. But especially something like this, I'm trying to sell, I want to make sure I get it right. like I said, not too worried about ink kind of spilling over the lines because I'll be whiting that out at the end because keeping the background. Oh, yeah, see, like this. Got a little polka dot there, but that's okay. I'm not really all that concerned about getting anything on the white area because I'm not doing any backgrounds for this. Because it'll make things easier when I go to transfer them onto the computer because I don't have to do a whole lot of not a whole lot, not as much Photoshop stuff. Life easier. Circle here. Very good metal. Yeah, thank you. For tomorrow's stream, I'd probably just do all the final colors of the reds and all that. And then off air, because I don't want to cut into Yarn Witch's stream. She goes live at 10, so I'm going to probably go from 9, either I think like 9 till 11. So I think she goes for a couple hours, so I don't want to kind of intrude too much. I don't really do a whole lot of so I don't really like the stream for people that I follow because I kind of want to watch their content too. So I don't want to miss that. But we can at least get all the big chunks of color done tomorrow morning, and then yeah, it's just a matter of tidying them up, getting them ready for prints. Almost there now. Almost there. And we'll go and grab the circle here. Circle of truth. No. Oop. Gosh, tiny bit on his chin. Not a big deal. I can probably fix it later, but let's try and see. Push it just a little. Get back there. Pardon me. And just your hand. All right. So let's do C5. Start with that. Let's see where it takes us. See, almost there at 8 hour 8 o'clock mark. We can probably push to 8:30 if you have to. Honestly, I think tomorrow's gonna like fly by real quick. Because it doesn't really take as long to render out like reds and blues. It's usually the gray tones that usually take the longest because it takes a while to kind of find the right sort of a tone. But I guess it kind of depends on what you're working on. Right. I think sludge is almost done. I'll just do a 7, and then I'll move on to swoop. Yeah. But actually, it might, if I do my live stream tomorrow, if my package arrives early, I might do a quick like unboxing like during the stream actually tomorrow, like this one, and yeah, we'll see. Or maybe I'll just do a. See, I still don't know when it's coming. I just but if it does come early tomorrow, I might actually do a little bit of a unboxing or what have you. Might be kind of fun. But I doubt it'll come tomorrow though, because it kind of takes a while for it to process when it gets to my neck of the woods. So with the Chinese courier, but it's okay. As long as I get my thing. All right. I think that's enough out of sludge. Tidy up this area. And that's going to be it for sludge tonight, I think. So, and then we'll end it off with swoop, because we started with swoop actually at the very beginning of the stream. So, kind of a thing. Just going to be the part of the barrel of the gun. These little knobs, the feet, and this little like design here, and that's about it. That's all that's going to be blacked out. So should go by pretty fast. up in here. We identify the areas need to be colored in. And then we'll get started. Just those little areas. It's going to be a very short ending here. We're at 3:30 mark, so yeah. Holding it down. Exactly. That's how we got to roll tonight. So hopefully tomorrow will go by a lot quicker. Almost forgot your foot. Hidden away in the back there. BB23. Bring in the black. These like nozzles are a little bit wonky, but oh well, it kind of adds to the charm of them a little bit more. You know. Not fully straight, but I think it kind of works for the style. Adds a goofier nature to them. Seven. All right. Well, I think I'm ready to call it in, guys. I think I got all the blacks done I can on all three of them. So just put my markers away now. Then put these guys away. Then I can get a good group shot on all three of them together. End it off on that. So I am beat. Need to chill for a bit. And come back tomorrow refreshed for the last bits. I've been drawing all day long, guys. First thing I did this morning was start inking up or started coloring up slag, and then I inked up SWOOP, SNARL, and SLUDGE, and then I colored them right now. So I've been putting work. I think I deserve a little rest right now. So. Definitely more work than Cliff Richardson, that's for sure. I think only Grumpy will get that joke. Yeah, right. Take a break, then back at it tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. So we'll start. Let's grab the other three munchkins. SLUDGE and SNARL. I think it turned out pretty well so far. Once we get some color on all three. So we got SWOOP, SLUDGE, and then SNARL. Hands in the way. Yeah, a lot of fun today, actually. A lot of fun with you guys. It has been a writing day for me, yeah. But, there's my little buddies. So pencil is more work than it does. Yeah. There's no 3D assets. I can confirm with the visual evidence. So video evidence. But yeah, those are the gray and black tones for these three. So tomorrow we'll come back, do the reds, the blues, the yellows, all that jazz. Get these guys all nice and colored up, and then hopefully during the week I can get them all scanned in and ready for print. Because as soon as I have them ready, as soon as I have all the supplies I need, yeah, probably gonna just go in on it. Just straight up buy all of them and get going. So get out there ASAP. So on that note, I think I'll call it a wrap from right here, guys. So thank you to everybody who stopped by. Grumpy Old Ninja. Let me just go through the chat, make sure I acknowledge everybody. Out to Yarnwich. We had Liam Greywolf. And let's see who else pop in. Oh, Riot Kitty popped in for a little bit. So thank you, Riot. And just making sure I didn't miss any. Oh, Dadman Walking. Thanks for dropping by. And yeah, thanks. It's everybody. So on that note, I think we'll call it a wrap. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope to see more of you guys tomorrow for a little bit. And yeah, that's about it. And see if Mrs. is live. We can rate her. Hold on. It might still be live. And that'll be kind of cool. So it'll be nice to kind of wind down for the night watching some Batman mid series. So let's see if she's still live. If not, then oh well. Oh, she's still live. So I'll put a link for her channel in the chat. It'll load. And should I better end my poll before I forget? Last time I checked, Slag was in the lead. This is a little slut. Yeah, people in Europe will understand that joke. So, because Slag in Europe is basically calling someone a whore or a slut. That's basically what it is. So he's the sluttiest Dinobot of all. Oh, he's so slow. Yeah, and Slag. Ah. And the pole asshole. Which off. Yeah, by a landslide, Slag won. Everyone else got 20%. So all right. So that's the poll. Mrs. Stream. And oh, I might as well tag Yarn, which I prompted that as well. Her link. So I believe she's going live at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, at least from my end anyway. So, oh fuck, it's your channel. There she is. He's a whore. Yeah. I'm not allowed to say that. Whatever. Fuck YouTube rules. I don't give a fuck. Elon Musk is watching over us, so we can do whatever we want now. I'll dare him to buy Google. Yeah, if he's willing to buy a country, Canada, then I bet he won't have much trouble buying Google, so. And there's Yarn Witch. Yarny. So go check her out. Really fun channel. Just she just chills around, plays games, does her thing. So give her some love. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. So on that note, I think we'll call it a wrap, and we'll end it on some drunk Decepticons and a few other clips. So thank you guys so much for watching. I gotta go take a nap and veg out and all that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.
Decepticons, a toast to the imminent destruction of the accursed Autobots.
Boy, these are good.
This stuff's the greatest. Those were the good old days back on Cybertron. Didn't have to sneak around in these ugly Earth disguises. Good old Cybertron, land of the metal moon.
You will not escape the mighty shockwave!
Hey, Mighty Shockwave! Take this!
Shit! You bitches! Get back here!
Bye-bye! Loser! You suck!
Those bitches!
The Transformers will return after these messages.